Oh my, it's truly happened. I never thought this would happen. A film with a word in it that can also be used to describe the film. The Great Gatsby is just that. Great. I don't get it though. Like, that's what. It's an amazing film. It is truly an amazing film. Yet it's getting just so much, like, negative reception, negative everything, really. And I don't understand why. I mean, could someone explain this to me, please? I'm not gonna go over the plot too much. I'm just gonna I'll give the basic story. Basic story is it's sort of told a bit non-linearly. It sort of starts at the very end with Nick Carraway visiting a therapist. Telling of his encounter with Gatsby, the events of his life that kind of, I guess, changed him really. Anyways, the premise is there's this mysterious millionaire named Gatsby who Nick Carraway lives right next door to. Yeah, Gatsby lives in this, like, castle, and Nick Carraway just lives in this little cottage. And so the premise is, Gatsby, played amazingly by Leonardo DiCaprio, he wants Nick Carraway to help him. There's this girl, Daisy, that Gatsby sort of fell in love with 5 years ago. And, he fell in love with 5 years ago, who's now married to this one guy, Tom, who's played really good by, Joel Edgerton. And then what it does, Gatsby's, like, sole goal is to get Daisy, to make sure Daisy is his. And he'll do everything. So he throws these huge parties. He just does everything he possibly can, in order just to like get her attention. Then finally the two meet after a bit of planning by Gatsby and Nick. And then it's it's a really, like, awkward moment. Like, Nick Carraway, he's like the original third wheel. Tobey Maguire's good. I tried to think. There was one review. Jeremy Johns, he didn't really like the film that much. He said, it could have been played by any actor. I guess maybe, but I tried to think, well, who else could have played him? But then nothing really popped into my head. Hold on. But anyways, it's interesting, and this is a Baz Luhrmann film. I love Baz Luhrmann. I think he's an absolutely incredible director. I think Baz Luhrmann's only misstep in his films were Australia, but even he admitted he didn't think that was very good, and I think he only really did that, I think him and Nicole Kidman only really did that just for, I don't know. But I think he kind of admitted saying, yeah, it wasn't very good, and neither should it be, like, I guess, like, praised to death, but there are bits in Australia that I do like. My favorite Baz Luhrmann film is actually Romeo plus Juliet, and then Moulin Rouge comes right after. But yeah, this film is getting universally panned by critics, really just saying it's more of a style over substance. I can tell you right now, there is so much, like, stuff to this movie that it's just, wow. I don't know, it mesmerizes me a bit. It's hard to say just what it was about it. It's a Baz Luhrmann film. Just his style, his everything, it just fits so well, and I don't know really what else to say. But the performances are great. A lot of Australian actors. Joel Edgerton, Jason Clarke. Let me just get a list of the cast. Isla Fisher, Elizabeth Debicki. There's probably a few other ones in there. I think Baz Luhrmann has a cameo in here somewhere. Yeah, a lot of critics are just hating on this, yet everyone else is like, yeah, this film's great. I mean, You know, Wikipedia says audiences have been more kind towards the film. 7.5 out of 10 on IMDb, which is actually really good. Um, Hold on. The 3D though, I actually like the 3D. It just, I don't know, it really adds to it, and it really just transports you into this like like this world of the 20s. And as for the issue of people, some people are saying this, that the music done by all these pop artists, you know, Jay-Z, Lana Del Rey, and Beyonce, Andrea 3000, Florence and the Machine, they work. It's hard to say, but it's one of those things that just it's just when you hear it, you're just like, I don't know. It's one of those things that Baz Luhrmann's good, is that he can give sort of modern context to something that's, you know, like as old as this. He did that amazingly with Romeo and Juliet, and he did it really well with Moulin Rouge. I haven't seen Strictly Ballroom though, but my dad wants me to watch it. But this film is just a work of art, really, and I am just so mad that it's getting all this negative reception, because this could have been a front runner for the Oscars, maybe. It is that great. It has so many just it's just that amazing of a film. I don't think it's perfect. I mean, there's Tobey Maguire. Nick Carraway, he narrates the entire film. Now, a lot of narration is actually like literally word for word, like stuff from the book, which is really good on Baz Luhrmann's part. The problem though is that sometimes it's a little like, well, no shit type narration at times, not always. Oh, why is my dog barking? Other times it's just like, well, that's kind of neat. Like sometimes it's funny. It's like, hold on, what's her character's name again? Jordan, I think. It's like, then I saw Jordan Baker, and she was the most terrifying woman I'd ever met. Something about that. Everything just has that neat little like style to it. Baz Luhrmann, I think the parties. Oh wow, the parties. What can I say about them? They're huge. They're just everything about it. Oh, this movie is so amazing. Oh man, I love this movie. Man, I think this is my favorite film of this year so far. I don't know what else to say. It's just acting top notch. Like everything just about it is just great. It's just amazing, I think. Um, I'm so mad that it's getting so many bad reviews. Though some of the bad reviews even are kind of they're really like acclaiming the performances. Leonardo DiCaprio is great. And I'm just gonna do a quick comparison here. I don't like doing comparisons, but I'm gonna have to. I actually sat down and watched the original Great Gatsby with the 1970s one with Robert Redford and Mia Farrow. That film is boring. Like I'm not. It's not so much as like I like because because Baz Luhrmann's has such a huge budget and all that. This film, like the Robert Redford one, lacks soul. It lacks emotion. It's really dusty. The original one. Um, but this one is just, I don't know. This one is so much better, the Baz Luhrmann one, and I'm so mad it's getting so much bad reviews, so many bad reviews. Carey Mulligan is amazing. Oh man, she's so beautiful. I don't know. I've only seen two of her films, like in Education and Drive, which she's great in. But she's great. She has that sort of sensitivity and just that, like, that just that like sense of just that quality about her that just makes that just really helps Daisy. Just as a character. Joel Edgerton is amazing. Joel Edgerton's really good. This guy's really coming around. He was in, Warrior, then, Zero Dark 30, and now he's here. Don't know what else to say. He's got quite the mustache in this film, I must say. Uh, but I love the style, and oh, this is neat. Bit of trivia for you. All the costumes in this film are Brooks Brothers costumes. Like Brooks Brothers is like a clothing brand that my dad's a huge fan of, and all the jewelry is done by Tiffany's. Um, they even did uh, but this film is just incredible, I think. You know, I'm mad at all the negative reception. This is an amazing film. Just take my word for it. Watch it. You'll love it. Um, just everything just about it. I don't know. It's hard. I don't even know what I'm going on about. You know what? I give this 10 out of 10. I think it's that amazing. Um, alright, fine. 9 out of 10 because, well, a few other things. Sometimes it does feel long. Like it's 2 hours. I think it's 2 hours 10 minutes, maybe 2 hours 20 minutes. I think, but it does feel long. Um, but it's so worth it at the end of it. You're just like the more I think about it, the more I like it. But it's really hard to say. And bit of spoilers, but Leonardo DiCaprio can add one more on his list of characters he plays that die at the end. Seriously, he's probably at least 20 by now, characters that die at the end of his movies. Um, but that's all I really have to say. Just I recommend it. It's great. Like it's worth every penny, and the 3D works. The 3D is great, and Lana Del Rey, Young and Beautiful, is now like one of my new favorite songs. I think when that song appears in the movie, like wow, I was like, it was just one of those really just beautiful moments. DiCaprio and Mulligan have amazing chemistry. Tony Maguire's great as Nick Carraway. He's the ultimate third wheel. Joel Edgerton's great. Jason Clarke is great. He's not in the movie much, but he's great. Isla Fisher's great. Hell, everyone, even like some of the other minor characters. But this film is like a work of art, and I am so mad at the negative reception. But this and just my last note is that, in regards to adaptations, I love this movie way more than the book. It's just, I don't know, it just had that feel to it. But I guess that's really all I have to say. Baz Luhrmann, you did an amazing job. Those critics are idiots. Well, okay, don't want to say that out loud. I've read some really good reviews. You know, people who just loved the film, and like, I don't want to mention that actually. Actually, I was going to mention something else, but I just don't want to, just for safety reasons. But this is a work of art. I give this 9.5 out of 10. It is that amazing of a film. Just the narration I think was a bit. I didn't mind it. It's just at times it's like, well, no shit. But yeah, I might watch this again actually. But who knows? I heard Baz Luhrmann, he was gonna do his next film, might be a Hamlet, with Leonardo DiCaprio as Hamlet, and I'll definitely watch that. But this has been a Captain's Review, and this is by far my favorite film of this year so far. So, I guess see you all later. Bye.